successful, growing startup. You have spent 10 years building your capital, refining your strategy, and protecting your assets. You are finally profitable. Then, one day, you decide to bring on a co-founder. You sign a contract that gives this person unrestricted access to the company bank account, 50% equity in everything you have built so far, and 50% of everything you will ever build in the future. You also agree that if this partner decides to leave the company for any reason or for no reason at all, they can take half the cash, half the intellectual property, and potentially force you to pay them a salary for years after they are gone. Oh, and you didn't run a background check on their financial history, you didn't look at their resume, and you didn't ask to see their credit score before signing the deal. You just signed it because you had a good feeling about them. If you did this in business, you would be fired by your board of directors. You would be called reckless. You would be laughed out of Silicon Valley. But millions of people do this exact same thing every single year. We just don't call it a merger, we call it marriage. And while we obsess over asset allocation and expense ratios in our portfolios, we ignore the single legal contract that has the statistical probability to destroy more wealth in one afternoon than a stock market crash could destroy in a decade. My name is Bobby, and I spend way too much time dissecting the invisible risks that threaten to wipe out the wealth of the middle class. If you are someone who is thinking about getting married, or if you are already married and fighting about money, or even if you're single and building your empire, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we are going to take the romance out of the equation for a few minutes. We are going to look at marriage through the cold, hard lens of forensic accounting. We are going to discuss the spender risk, the terrifying math of divorce, and why the person you choose to wake up next to is statistically 10 times more important to your net worth than the S&P 500. Here's the thing about marriage that nobody tells you during the engagement party. In the eyes of the law, marriage is not a union of souls. It is a financial partnership. It is a legal merger of two economic entities. When you say "I do," you are triggering a cascade of tax laws, property laws, and liability statutes that bind you to another person's financial behavior. Most people spend more time reading the terms and conditions of a new iPhone update than they do reading the contract of marriage. They walk in blind, guided by dopamine and oxytocin, completely ignoring the balance sheet. And this is dangerous because